So here we go again, folks. It's another M. Night Shyamalan movie, and what's going to be the big twist? That's always the question with his films. So yeah, his new film that is about to be releasing finally. We're going to get into that review of it right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film which is M. Night Shyamalan's newest film, which he's directed and produced. It does star a couple of notable names. Wolff, M. Night Shyamalan is also starring in this, and a couple of other people as well. But yeah, if you've seen the trailer for this, again, this film was going to be released during the pandemic, so it had been pushed back. So it's finally getting this released now. The premise of this film, you've seen the trailer, it definitely looks super interesting because it's always something with his film where you're like wondering what's the big twist, what's happening, and so on. And this one definitely had one that definitely had my eyebrows raised, and I knew I wanted to check it out with a lot of reserve because he is hot and cold for me. Sometimes he does great projects, sometimes he puts out some of the worst films I've ever seen. I really don't know if I can ever forgive him for Village. I really dislike that film. But with this film, it's basically a resort, and we follow three families as they go on a resort because they need to get away for whatever reasons, because everyone needs a vacation. Quite frankly, looking at this resort also reminded me that I need a vacation. But if you've ever been to an all-inclusive resort, you always should know that anytime they offer anything, it's never for free. And this family was offered a free private beach that only select people knew about, that would be completely isolated away from everything else, which was the happy medium for everything that the family wanted to accomplish. But you all know anything that is too good to be true typically isn't, and this family found out the hard way. So while they're at this private location, beach and whatnot, they also realize that they're stuck, and also some weird things are happening. A murder of some sorts or a dead body, and people are acting very weird because people are aging at a rate that is unexplainable. So that's the premise of this film. And again, when it comes down to M. Night Shyamalan, you always kind of want to know, like, again, what's the twist? But just like this family, you want to know what's happening, how it's happening, and how do they survive and get out of this scenario before it's too late. And like, I have my theories upon instantly watching this film, even the trailer. Like, this clearly has something to do with like the Bermuda Triangle theories. And so when watching this, you will be trying to unsolve this and unravel everything from the beginning. But at the same time too, the set location is absolutely beautiful. Again, really makes me want to take a trip. Some of the shots are beautiful, and then there's some shots that are completely weird, and it's like this like out of focus, out of frame shots that they're doing. That's just I wasn't a fan of, but there was like some shots that was absolutely beautiful. The dialogue in this film just wasn't good. It was like so descriptive, so just like, I don't know, it was just bad. It was unnatural at times. I was just kind of just like, what is happening? One of my favorite characters, there was a couple of characters that I like. Jern, played by Leung, if I'm saying that right. One of my favorite characters because this was the only person that had common sense in this film, and everything I was thinking he was relaying. And then you also have another character, a black character, who happens to happened to have to plead his black innocence the entire time, and he also had the funniest line in the entire film in this. So I won't tell you what it is, but it's absolutely funny. With that being said, there is some laughable moments, probably a little bit more than there should be. And with considering the nature of the things that are happening, this film is not graphic at all. They completely hid all of the gore or anything of that sorts. So definitely an easy watch for of all ages if the younger kids are interested in this and whatnot. But I will say, even too, for the casting for the aging of characters, I thought they did that very consistent. So like when a kid was 4, when they became 11, but then when they ultimately became, I think, 40, they very much all looked the same. So they did a good job with that. M. Night Shyamalan acting, I had my thoughts about that, not in his performance or whatnot, but just his character being inserted into this film. I'm pretty sure you will too, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But with that being said, because of this film and because of many of his films, you're left to kind of investigate and theorize what's going on. So you definitely want to pay attention to all of the verbal theories that are going on, as well as keeping your eyes peeled on the scenery, which can also give you clues. There's 2 very huge scenery clues to kind of give you an indication of what's going on. But this is one of those M. Night films where it's more on the better side than the bad side for me, because there's some films I just truly don't like. And this is not a film that I loved, maybe not even liked, but I didn't hate, and I don't hate myself by watching it as well. Because at times it was just really dumb. It was really dumb. And like, even some of the psychology of the characters were kind of off. Some of them was on point, but some was kind of off. Like, especially like the compassion of characters and their family members dying, and their just lack of compassion, shall I say, in these settings where it's just like, your significant other died. Do you care? You seem to not care at all, you know? So with that being said, I didn't hate the twist of this film. I didn't hate the ending. But I also didn't love the entire thing, because the ending was like, okay, cool, satisfied. And I was like, please don't do anything extra. Please don't do anything extra. I mean, when I say extra, I mean like the whole idea, like this secluded private beach was on like some remote part of Mars that was trapped in another universe, and all sorts of time travel. Like, I was just hoping it didn't go that drastic, and it didn't. So it was definitely, on that note, satisfying. But again, this was interesting. And, you know, once you see what's going on, you're gonna kind of be like, okay, cool, that's that. And that's the end of the film, you know. But nonetheless, yes, this is the film Old. It is M. Night Shyamalan's newest installment of his catalog of craziness. You can't catch it in theaters. I believe its release date is July 23rd. So totally, folks, jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this film. And as always, folks, stay tuned, because we got more reviews coming very soon. Thank you for watching.